What's up, guys? We are back on the channel, and we are going to tell you my predictions for the year. Now, I'm a little late to doing this. As you can see, opening day was yesterday. There's some games being played right now, probably. We can check on them real quick. Never mind. I completely lied. First game's at 6. Whatever. Today, I'll be telling you my predictions, which I made before the Tokyo Series, the day before the Tokyo Series. I don't really have, awards predictions that I've got set up. I'm just going to say, I think this guy's going to be good or whatever. But yeah, let's hop into it. So we're going to go division by division. I'm just going to talk about the teams. We'll start off with the AL West, my division, where my home Rangers are from. And I will just go last to first. So in this division, I think like most people, in fifth place, I have the Angels. They're just going to be bad. Trout, I really hope the dude has a healthy season. I don't think it'll make a difference, really, for the Angels. They're going to be a pretty bad team. I had them going 59. What does this say? Oh, I have my paper I printed out from my computer next to me. I have them going to 57 and 105. Wow. So that's what I got. I have the Angels going 57 and 105. I have them being absolutely abysmal. I don't really know why on earth my prediction is like that for them. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, fourth, you're going to have the... Who did I have next? Alright, this might come as a surprise, but I've seen some hype for the A's. People are like, oh, the A's are going to be good. Everyone's downing them. I think everyone's done that so much to the point where the A's are now overrated. So I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh, the A's are the third or the second best team in the West. I had the A's fourth. I still have them being a lot better than last year. I still have them at 73 and 89. I think they're going to be a solid team. You've got Lawrence Butler. Zach Geloff might be able to bounce back. Brent Rooker is really good. Shea Langoliers, who always seems to be good when he plays the Rangers. They made improvements to the rotation with guys like Luis Severino. They signed Jose Leclerc from us to go for the bullpen. It's a much better team. I still don't think they're better than the top three. And in third, I have the 83 and 79 Seattle Mariners. Their pitching, as always, is going to be good. Their bullpen is a little shaky to me, honestly. And their hitting, they did nothing in this offseason to make it better, realistically. And so, yeah, I just think they're going to have another mediocre year where they miss out on the playoffs by about 5 games. And that's how it's going to go for them. And then that brings me to second, where I'm not trying to be biased, but I do have the Houston Astros at 87 and 75. I still think they're going to be good this year, but I think the decline is beginning for the Astros. I still think they'll make the playoffs. I have them as the last team in for the wild card, but I don't have any faith in them to make any kind of run. Altuve's been moved to left field, and they've got Mauricio Dubon playing second, which makes no sense to me realistically. The pitching is weird. You've got guys like Framber Valdez, Christian Javier that should be good, but I mean after that, Hunter Brown should be good again. Renel Blanco maybe could improve upon his last year where he had those random 2 games where he was no hitting everyone. But I don't know. The bullpen's weird. I don't know. This team has a chance to be really good like it always does, though, with some of the core guys still around, even though Bregman and Tucker are gone. Then, in first place, you do have my Texas Rangers at a record of 94 and 68. I swear I try not to be biased, but I do genuinely think that we have the best team in the American League West. Our rotation, admittedly, is going to be an interesting thing. Eovaldi looked good yesterday against the Red Sox, although we lost. You've got Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker in the rotation right now as two of our top 5 right now, even though we do have Cody Bradford and John Gray on the IL right now. But 2 rookies in the rotation. It's going to be interesting. If those guys produce, DeGrom and Tyler Mahle as well, the rotation will be fine. Frankly, our bullpen is going to be bottom 5 in baseball again. I really don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to trade for someone or sign someone that turns out to be good because it's going to be a hellish ride. But I do know that our starting lineup is going to be elite and be able to produce. I think we'll be good. I think we'll be 94 and 68. I think we'll win the West. last year I was biased and predicted us to go lose to the Phillies in 7 games, and realistically I shouldn't have done that. I promise I didn't do that this year. I promise I didn't overhype us, but I do think we won the West. Now we will move on to the AL East. By the way, I'm too lazy to edit clips in, so I'm just looking at the standings. Sue me. It's so funny to see the White Sox as the number one. That's actually so funny. All right, we got the AL East. This video is going to be long because I'm talking way more than I thought I would. Here comes my big... People are going to be mad at me about this. I don't know why, when I did my predictions, some of these teams ended up having way more losses than it feels like they should. I have the Tampa Bay Rays in last. Not only do I have them in last, but I have them going 56 and 106. I'm not exactly sure why their record turned out like that. I predicted every single game of their season, and playoffpredictors.com is where I got these picks from, by the way. I did every single game myself. I just don't think they're going to be good. Their rotation really is really strange. I don't like it at all. McClanahan could bounce back. There you have Ryan Pepio. I don't even know how you say his name. And their pen is interesting. You've got guys like Edwin Uceda. Phil Maton is still there, I think, but I don't know. And then their lineup, Brandon Lau is still there. I think Yandy's still there. Isak Paredes is on the Cubs now. I just don't have any faith in this team. I mean, you've got guys like, what's his name? Johnny something. I don't remember what his name is. Their outfield is weird. I have no faith in the Rays. I think they're going to be trash. Obviously, you have Caminero, but this team's going to be bad. All right, coming in fourth, we are going to have the Toronto Blue Jays. I have them at 83 and 79. The Vladdy debacle is going to be super interesting. Are they going to re-sign him? Are they going to trade him at the deadline? Are they going to do neither and just release him and do nothing like the Angels did with Shohei? Who knows? This team's going to be decent again and a little better than last year, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. So we'll see. They're the only team in the East that's lost already, and they got absolutely pounded by the Orioles yesterday. So I don't know. I don't have any faith in this team either. I think they'll be so-so. In third, we have the Baltimore Orioles. I think a lot of people, their starting rotation is very suspect. I have them at 88 and 74. Their offense is going to be really good as always, maybe even better than last year with the progression of some of their younger guys. Gunnar and Adley getting into their prime. This team's going to be really good offensively, but pitching-wise, you lose Corbin Burns. Grayson Rodriguez isn't going to be pitching. You have Zach Eflin out there as your ace, which... And 41-year-old Charlie Morton, I don't if he's even 41, he might be 42 by now. I don't know what you're going to do if one of those guys goes down. So if they somehow can fix their starting pitching and they can stay healthy in the pen, this could be a World Series winning team. Or actually, not with the Dodgers, but an American League winning team if they can fix the rotation with the trade deadline and keep their bullpen healthy. This could be a really good team. But I just don't have enough belief in them right now. So that leaves me with the final two spots. And these two teams I'm about to say I have predicted as the highest two records in the American League. In second place, I have the Boston Red Sox at 97 and 65 is the second best record in the American League. I think they'll be really good. They've got Crochet, Brian Bayo, Tanner Houck. They did lose Nick Pivetta, but Cutter Crawford looks pretty solid. I don't know who their fifth starter is, but you've got those four. And you've got a decent pen. It's all right. They've got a Aroldis Chapman, who it seems like has bounced around from team to team for like the last 10 years at this point. But it's an interesting team. Their lineup is going to be really solid with Bregman. Devers is DHing, which means he could just be locked in on hitting, I guess. I don't really know. But, yeah. So they're going to be 97-65. And then the best record in the American League, I do have the Yankees in the first seed with one game better at 98-64. This team is really, really good offensively. They've still got, even with the Cole injury, they've got Nestor Cortez. They've got Marcus Stroman. I just feel like they have guys that are going to be good enough for them to throw out there with this offense that'll be able to do the job. Their pen is decent. Um, and I don't know. I just feel like the Yankees are still going to be really solid this year. Carlos Rodon, Nestor Cortez, Marcus Stroman. I don't know. So, yeah, that's what we got for the AL East. And then finally, in the AL Central, we are going to have at the bottom the worst team in baseball once again, according to my prediction. Oh, actually, that's not true. According to my predictions, there's actually a team worse than the White Sox. But as you can see, I have the White Sox at 48 and 114. I think they're going to be trash again. They're not any much better this year than last year. And there's no reason to believe that they're not going to go out there and be trash. Although they did win. They did win. So, I don't know. But I don't think they're going to be good. Not much else to say. Coming in the 4 seed, this is going to be a surprising pick to some of you. But I've actually got Cleveland. I've got the Guardians at 82 and 80 coming in at the fourth spot here. I don't know. This team's weird. You've got Shane Bieber coming back from Tommy John. Is he going to be elite again? Is he going to be a mediocre pitcher? Is he going to be average? I don't know. I genuinely don't know if I can think of anyone else in their starting rotation. Is Tanner Bybee still there? I don't know. Tristan McKenzie, perhaps? I don't know. This team's going to be really weird. They do still have their nasty pen. The offense is still going to be decent. But I just don't think they're going to be that good. So, another mediocre year. Not another. They were really good last year, to be fair. But another okay year for the Guardians. Coming in third, just missing out on the playoffs, we have the Minnesota Twins at 84 and 78. I don't know. This Twins team could be so hit or miss. They're really good when they're healthy, and they're never healthy. Royce Lewis and Byron Buxton especially never play. And when they do, this team's really good. But I don't know. Their rotation with Bailey Ober, Pablo Lopez, Joe Ryan, Clint Paddock, if he's going to be good. The team's going to be solid. The pen isn't bad either. I just don't know if I have enough faith in them to stay healthy. So yeah. And then the final second spot here. This is the best team that I have not making the playoffs, and that is the 85 and 77 Detroit Tigers. The Tigers, had they gotten Bregman, probably would have made the playoffs, in my opinion. But I just feel like their hitting isn't there. Everyone's like, oh, their hitting's going to get better this year. We've been saying that for a couple years now, I feel like, and they're just not getting that much better. The production from guys like Colt Keith, Spencer Torkelson, Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, I don't know. I just feel like it's not there. Andy Ibanez, I don't feel like their hitting is that good, and their rotation after Skubal is kind of a bunch of vets. Like you've got, what's his face? I can't think of it. Casey Mize and Kenta Maeda. Kenta Maeda's old now. I just don't know. And the rotation, or their bullpen, is not really that good either. And then one game above them, we have Kansas City at 86 and 76. So I do think the Central is going to be really close. We have 86 and 76 Kansas City, 85, 77 Detroit, and 84 and 78 Minnesota. But I do have the Royals in first, and that is solely because I believe in Cole Ragans, not to win the Cy Young, but I think he's going to be really good. I think this rotation can be good for one more year before their inevitable decline happens. I think Seth Lugo and Michael Wacha have one more year. The pen isn't that bad. Their offense is led by, I do think Bobby Witt will win AL MVP. I do think he's going to be really good. And I believe that he can carry this team to a playoff appearance as the AL Central winners. How far they will go, I'm going to tell you right now, as I'm going to give you my AL predictions. How long is this going? 14 minutes in. Good Lord, this is going to be long. All right, so here are the seeding for the American League. I'll tell you my American League's predictions, and then we'll go over to the National League. So we have the 3-seed Royals, as they were the worst record division winner, and the 6-seed Astros coming in with a one better game record for the Astros. And I do have the Astros moving on. The Royals aren't going to have very much playoff experience. And after Ragans, I'm pretty sure Christian Javier, Hunter Brown, or Ronel Blanco are probably going to be able to get it done against the more experienced the Astros, the more experienced team, will be able to beat the Royals, the less experienced team. Unfortunately for the Royals, so they're going to get bounced. Then we're going to have the 4-seed Red Sox against the 5-seed Orioles in an AL East battle, and I also think this one's going to the Red Sox. because of the rotation. Crochet against Eflin would be game one as of right now, and then it's like who's pitching game two, like 42-year-old Charlie Morton against Tanner Houck or Cutter Crawford or Brian Bayo. Like, they just don't have it. And the Red Sox and Orioles offense are relatively similar, I think, in terms of firepower. So, give me Boston. Then we're going to have the Rangers, the 2 seed, and the Astros. Always a classic. And I think I'm not going to be biased. I promise. But I do genuinely think if we stay healthy, the Rangers are the better team. Eovaldi's always big in the playoffs. If DeGrom comes back healthy, he's going to be a demon. If Leiter and Rocker are having good rookie seasons, Cody Bradford could be really good in his sophomore year. So you just don't know if they're going to be healthy. But I really hope we are. And the offense is going to have to score hella points because the bullpen might choke us in the playoffs. But I have us winning in 4 games, 3-1. In the other ALDS game, we've got Yanks Red Sox, and honestly, this would be cinema if we had Rangers Astros and Yanks Red Sox in the ALDS. One can only hope, right? And in the ALDS, I do have the Yankees winning in 5. Why? I think Garrett Cole's going to come back. With all the, like, is he going to get TJ, is he not? I kind of feel like, since it was so on the fence, there's a chance he comes back since it was at the very beginning of the year. He's a very competitive player. I think he comes back. I think he inspires the Yankees with a Game 5 relief appearance to beat the Red Sox and to move on. And that's just the cool prediction that I have. Who knows if that'll actually happen. But that gives us Yankees, Rangers in the ALCS. And here's where my Raiders run comes to an end, as I have the Yankees winning this in 7. The Yanks offense is slightly better than ours. Our rotation, if healthy, might be better than theirs, even with Garrett Cole on a rehab run. But I think the Yankees will win because they have a better bullpen, for one thing. And just because they'll have home field advantage and they'll have momentum from the Cole return. So I do have the Yankees going to the World Series. But now, let's go. Hang on. I thought I saw something out my window. Okay. We will now go to the National League, where we have the NL East, and I will switch my papers over. Predict NL East. And in last, wow, this looks really cursed with the Braves and the Mets losing. In last place, I have the worst team in baseball. I picked the Marlins to go 47 and 115. I have no faith in their rotation. I was talking about this with Ziggy earlier. He was like, their rotation isn't that bad and their hitters suck. Their hitters do suck. And I don't have any faith in their pitching. Like, who they have, Sandy Alcantara, and then if he doesn't bounce back and have a 22-year, like, this team's gonna be so trash, so trash. I can't name another starter if Yuri Perez isn't there, and I can't name a singular hitter on that team with Jake Berger gone, Jazz is gone. They have like Xavier Edwards. I don't know who the Marlins have. I genuinely have never heard of their team, bro. Get them out of here. They suck. Fifth. It's kind of funny that the 2 teams I have worse in both leagues won. So maybe I'm wrong. But who is on this roster? I'm genuinely going to look. Who is Gillespie? Like, what? Can I look at their roster? They beat the Pirates off the skiing start. Wow. Let's look at this right here. So, we're going on a side quest. Their starting rotation is Alcantara. Yuri Perez is on the 60-day IL, by the way. Braxton Garrett and Edward Cabrera are too. You have Connor Gillespie, never heard of him. Volante Bellozo, never heard of him. Max Meyer and Cal Quantrill, I have heard of, to be fair. This bullpen is horrid. Nardi's on the IL. Tinoco and Anthony Bender are the only notable names. You have, like, Matt Mervis, Nick Fortes, Otto Lopez, Connor Norby. There's my GOAT, Xavier Edwards. Like, this team is just so mid. It's so mid. So, no. I don't know. They're going to be terrible. In 4th, not much better, I have the Nationals. I feel like there's a little bit of hype about the young Nationals with Dylan Cruz, with the other guy whose name I can't think of, and then they have C.J. Abrams. They have that Garcia guy. I forget what his first name is. He's also pretty good. But I don't have any faith in this rotation. Now, to be fair, Mackenzie Gore was really good yesterday, opening day. I think they still have Josiah Gray. But yeah, I don't have any faith in the Nationals. Their pin's terrible. So yeah. In the third spot, we are going to take a big leap up from 61 and 101 to 99 and 63. I have the Atlanta Braves. Here's my thought process for this. In 2023, they were healthy and they were really good. And they got dropped off by the Phillies, who were elite in the playoffs. I think. Did I just make that up? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Did I just troll? Do I have no ball knowledge? 2023 NLDS. Phillies, Braves? Yeah, the Phillies won 3-1 over the Braves. The Braves were really good that year. Acuna was healthy. They were just a healthy team in general. And they were good. And they kind of seem to have on and off years with injuries. And this should be an on year where Acuna's here, where Strider comes back, and where this team's really good. So I do have them 99-63, best record we've seen so far. And I think they will be a playoff team as a wild card for sure. Then you go to the second spot where I have the New York Mets at 101-61. I think this team's going to be great. I believe in Juan Soto, even though he kind of fumbled yesterday against Houston. Flailing at strike 3. And yeah, I have faith in this team. I think this team's going to be really good. I think Francisco Alvarez is going to be good. I think Mark Vientos is going to be good. I think the Clay Holmes experiment is going to be good. I actually don't know how that went. Let's look at Clay Holmes' stat line real quick. What happened? Was he good or no? Let me see the pitchers. He pitched 4.5. He gave up runs. I don't know, but I have faith in the Mets. I do. I think they're going to be good. And then the number one, obviously, is going to be the Phillies. Here's why I have them at 106-56. I need y'all to hear me out. I know that's an insane record. This is probably the last year that they're going to be in contention for a long, long time. You have guys on this team like Bryce Harper, Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola. They've been on the team for forever. They haven't gotten their ring despite being one of the best teams in baseball for the last 3 years, and their careers are coming to an end. They want a ring, and they especially want it in Philly. They're going to give everything they've got this year. I think they're probably aware that this is probably the end if they don't do it. And I think they're going to be crazy this year. I think Zach Wheeler wins the Cy Young. He finally gets his year. And this is just going to be an all-around performance from the Phillies. And their bullpen is not bad either. They added Jesus Luzardo to the starting rotation. Ranger Suarez was an absolutely dominant pitcher last year for the first half before he fell off in the second half. I think he can bounce back. And I think this team's going to be really, really, really good. Moving on to the NL Central, we have, in last place, the 63-99 St. Louis Cardinals. Long story short, they did absolutely nothing in free agency. And their team's aging, especially the rotation. I just don't know who they're going to throw out there from day to day. Like, who started? Sonny Gray, probably. Yeah, it was Sonny Gray. They did beat the Twins. And now they're throwing out Eric Fede, Andrew Palante, Miles Michaelis. I thought the dude was retired, to be honest. They're too old, and I don't think they're going to be good. Coming in fourth, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates, 66-96, but better known as the Paul Skeens Sellers. Because, my lord, what is he going to have to... He's going to have to throw like a complete game with like 2 hits allowed. Because this team is terrible. Can't hit. And their pin sold them yesterday against the Marlins of all teams. I don't know. Paul Skeens is probably going to request a trade in the next 2 years because he's going to realize, if he hasn't already, wow, my team sucks. I should get the hell out of here. I'm shocked he hasn't figured it out already if he hasn't, because he needs to wake up and get out of Pittsburgh before his potential Hall of Fame career is ended. Yeah. In third, we've got the Reds, 82-80. I think the Reds are 1 year away from being National League title contenders. And World Series contenders for that matter. This team's still really young. You've got Ellie De La Cruz, and a lot of other guys who are going to be really good with improvements. I think they're a year away. That's all I'm going to say. I think they're a year away from being elite. This year they're going to be average. In second place, we've got the Milwaukee Brewers at 88-74. The Brewers always seem to be good. They always seem to stick around. Last year, I predicted that they would fall off. I think I predicted they'd have 70 wins last year, and they ended up with 90 and won the Central. They always seem to be good. Their rotation should still be solid this year. Their pin's going to be good again, I think, although they did trade Devin Williams. But I still think they're going to be fine. I also got rid of Hobie Milner, actually. Their pin's probably on the weaker side, but I still think this team's going to be good. Bryce Terang, Jackson Churio, and Sal Frelick are all going to be really good. I think as the young core of this team, you've still got Yelich, who might have another couple years in him, Contreras. I think this team's still going to be good. I still think they're going to miss the playoffs, though, with how good this National League League is deep. And that means in first, we do have the Chicago Cubbies at 91 and 71. What is happening downstairs? I hear someone crying downstairs. It's probably my baby brother. It's okay. All right. Anyway, 91 and 71, the Cubs. I really like their starting lineup. Kyle Tucker was a great ad. Isaac Paredes, people are sleeping on him. I think he's really good. I think the Cubs are going to be good. Not great. Shota Imanaga needs to be good. Justin Steele really needs to be good. Their rotation could be a big problem if Imanaga and Steele are not doing it. But they did win yesterday, and they only lost one game. They only lost their 2 games because they were playing the inhumane Dodgers. So I think they'll be fine. I still think they're going to win the Central at 91-71. And with that, we go to our last division here, which is the National League West. So you've got the last place Rockies. Pretty obvious here. They're just going to be bad. Their pitching's terrible. They're like still relying on Kyle Freeland, as they have been for the last 7 years. I just don't know. This team's just bad. Their hitter's terrible. They traded Elias Diaz is gone, and he was actually a decent catcher, and he's on the Padres now, I think. I can fact check that, but I'm pretty sure he's on the wow, I can't talk. I can fact check that, but I'm pretty sure the dude's on the Padres. If I can how do you get to their roster, dude? Have never used this app on my iPad. Where's my proof? There he is. Look, starting catcher Elias Diaz. I don't know what the Rockies are going to do. They're trash. Fourth, you've got the Giants. Kind of the same deal at 64 and 98. They're old and they're trash. I don't know. Who did they beat? Wow, they beat the Reds yesterday. Good for them. They're starting Justin Verlander. Good Lord, it seems wrong to see that. But I don't think this Giants team's got anything like they did in 2021. And I think they're going to quickly find their way in the near basement of the West, far, far away from the top 3 teams in the West, which in third, speaking of which, are the Arizona Diamondbacks at 96 and 66. I was stunned to see this, but I predicted the Diamondbacks to go 96 and 66, and I have them missing the playoffs. Because of the insane depth, you've got all these other teams that have better records. They're going to miss out by 2 games, according to this predictions that I've made. I think they're going to be really good. I think their offense is going to be good. I think Ketel Marte is still going to be good. I think Carroll bounces back and has a 2023-like season. I don't know. I just think they're going to be really good. The rotation with Zach Gallen, Brandon Pfaadt, and Corbin Burns obviously should be nice, although Montgomery's out. But he was trash for them last year anyway, so they'll know how to adjust. Their bullpen is still fine. I think this team's still going to be good. Padres in second at 98 and 64, rather obviously because they can't beat the Dodgers. Team's going to be really solid. You've still got Dylan Cease. You've still got Michael King. It's a really solid team. I think they still have Yu Darvish, if I'm not mistaken. Who is Peralta? Am I a casual? They started Wandy Peralta over Dylan Cease? How interesting. And then, yeah, obviously you've got Nick Pivetta. I forgot about him getting signed by them. I think they're going to be really good. I think they're going to be a really good offensive team. I think Tatis is going to have a year. If I can not cough, holy crap. I just think they're no match for some of the other teams we got here. Which leaves us for the number 1 seed, the Dodgers. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's the Avengers. 108 wins and 54 losses for me. For my predictions for them. I genuinely don't know. The world should implode if this team doesn't win the World Series. But let's now hop into our National League predictions for the playoffs. This is going to be long, bro. This is going to be one of the longest videos on my channel. National League predictions, and then we will predict the World Series, and that'll be the vid. I did say the AL. I'll say the AL MVP and AL Cy Young, and the NL MVP and NL Cy Young before I forget. I have Bobby Witt winning the AL MVP, and the AL Cy Young, this is kind of like picking the Dodgers to win the World Series. I think Scooball's gonna win. I think he's really good. Sorry guys, my mic cut out. I can't talk. My mic cut out, and I had to stop the footage, and I had to go downstairs and see what's happening. But as I was saying, Tariq Scooball, he's really good. People want to pick someone else. He's amazing. I still think he's gonna win the Cy Young. And then he'll get voters fatigue and probably never win again. If he doesn't this year, honestly. NL MVP. I don't want to pick Shohei because that seems obvious, but there is the fact that he's gonna pitch this year. And maybe that'll make his hitting worse? I don't know. I still think Shohei's the pick, unfortunately. But for the Cy Young, I think Spencer Strider comes back and has an amazing year. But I already said this. Zach Wheeler is getting his Cy Young this year. And that's my pick. So, we are going to do the NL playoffs. You got the 4-seed Mets and the 5-seed Braves. I am going to take the Braves here. And that is solely because Strider Sale is kind of lethal. If Sale is as good as he was last year. So give me those two to take the Braves into the NLDS. And then you got the 3-seed Cubs and the 6-seed Padres. I don't have a lot of faith in the Padres rotation. Justin Steele has not looked good since 2023, in my opinion. And I think the Padres, behind Dylan Cease, will go ahead and take it to the NLDS, where we have Braves-Dodgers. I think the Braves get a game. I think Spencer Strider and Chris Sale can probably get a game off of them. And then the Dodgers just have too much depth. The Dodgers in the playoffs, like where they can fully use their gross rotation and their gross bullpen, is going to be unstoppable. Then you're going to have the Phillies and the Padres, similar to 2024, I think it was. No, I don't remember what year. That was the 2022 NLCS that I'm thinking of. Okay. And I think the Phillies sweep. I think the Phillies know what they have to do. They go out there, they do it. Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola. Guys that need a ring. Guys that want a ring so badly. They're going to get it done. They're going to go to the NLCS, and they're going to try to be the good guys. They're going to try to take down the Dodgers. And in 7 games, they're not going to do it. The Dodgers are too deep. It's unfair. I feel so bad for literally everyone on the Phillies. Because I think they're going to have a hell of a year. I just don't think they're going to beat the Dodgers. So LA is going to move on to play the Yankees in another really boring World Series. Because the Dodgers are just going to slam the Yankees in 6. I think the Yankees will get 2 this time around. I think they'll still be a little inspired by Cole coming back. If I predict that, that'd be kind of insane. I'm kind of just doing it for fun. There is a chance it happens, but Dodgers are just too deep. The Yankees are tired after going 7 with the Rangers. The Dodgers don't even care that they just went 7 with the Phillies because of how deep they are. And it's going to be a Dodgers World Series again, guys. And I really don't know who's going to stop them. We might need to, remove them from the league after this year, frankly. But we'll see. You never know. Injuries could happen. The Dodgers could choke. And I hope they do, because I really don't know what's happening anymore to the MLB if the Dodgers just go out there and win 108 and win the World Series. But, yeah. So with that, one of my longest videos ever. If you watch to the end, comment, what should I have you comment? Comment the Dodgers are overpowered in the comments. And with that, I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. If you feel so inclined, we're almost to 200 subs. And with that, God bless you all, and I'm out. Peace.